I'll replay people's in the house. Live chat. Wait till I can see myself, even though it's going to be a little behind. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. What is up, good people of the YouTube world? Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Let's rewind a little bit. See who's in here. Well, we got Serrano, Michelle, Tim, Alexander. What's up? Ninja Puppy working on some woods projects. Jewel, Polk County, Florida, where our Sheriff Grady Judd wouldn't put up with the diabolical stuff. Oh yeah. LRG, what's up? Deuces, my man. Colleen. Karen, Andre, Jerry. Okay, now it's going. There's Woodstock and Dreamers. Andre Myers. T42, Cindy White. Judah Mack. Kelly. Hello, hello. What is up? Popcorn at the ready, Jules says. Right on. Glad I'm not entertaining. So how are the good people of today? Are you smiling today? That's the question. Put a 1 in the chat if you're smiling. Let's see all the smiles. Anna Baby says, survived the storm, no damages, thankfully. Awesome, man. That's great. There's some smiles. Smiles in the chat. Smiles in the chat. Yeah, they do that like W in the chat. What's up? There's gonna be Adam and the gang. How's my adopted grandkids? From New Zealand, New Zealand Kiwis in the house. All right, sweet. Look at all that. Oh, Calvin says it's freezing. I'm back in board shorts and tank tops. Bikinis, board shorts, and tank tops, baby. And Supercross today. It's a good day. I'm contagious with smiles, Jules says. That's awesome. I'd love to hear that. Beautiful day, Travis Joanne said. It is, isn't it? Joanne's right down the street, and a little past that, Joanne's going to be LRG. Love the thumbnail. Oh, I know, right? That was kind of entertaining, wasn't it? Oh, that video was a banger. Again, everything going on like that, it's funny. But that was, once again, as I said, oh, they're out there, you know, filming our guests. So I didn't insert. I didn't do any type of inserting. Man, I was shaving and my razor died on me. So I still got some nose hairs I got to shave. It's still probably the side of my neck. But it's charging right now, so we're good. 64 and raining in South North Carolina. Oof. Well, at least today, 34 and raining. Happy Saturday, Nancy, to you as well. And Paula from Texas. Jules. So we are in the process of rebooking Gears and Grubs. Actually, I got to remember to send them the paperwork after I got lost. We got to actually take Orange Cat to the vet after this to do the. They got to weigh him for the flea medicine stuff, and then we're gonna be live with Shizzy and the expert later on today at 3 o'clock, and then and we got Supercross, and we were talking about the river because it's such a nice day. Good thing about the river now, the reception out there is I can watch Supercross on the river. So, how epic would that be? In January, we're at the river in board shorts and bikinis. Oh, there's Orangey right there. What's up, dude? Better stick around. Freebird, what up, my man? I mean, a good Freebird came over and hung out last night. It was a good time. we had some good laughs. Like you said, so just so everybody knows, and whenever Caroline B gets in there, I'll have her toss up the link. But Freebird, you know, just had surgery recently. What did you say, like 2 months ago, for stage 4 cancer, and he has a video. He's gonna start a YouTube channel, and inspiring people because the doctors basically told him he went in knowing that like he would never be able to talk again. They took out his complete entire voice box, and so. You know, you got to understand it's probably kind of heavy on your mind, but he's an alien, like like you said last night, like he said, he's able to talk. He's able to talk using, you know, air and how he even did a video with the doctor and the nurse and was like, asked him, is that normal, whatever? They're like, no, it's extremely rare. It's not supposed to be done. So that's why Freebird says he's an alien. But yeah, so he don't have to use the little buzzer thing. We can sit there and talk and conversate, and then and it's freaking it's really cool, man. It's definitely cool. And once the swelling goes down, like there's this alien, and once the swelling goes down, it's gonna be it's probably gonna be that much better. He was actually also showing me some videos of another guy he met there at the trach doctor, I believe is maybe what it is. Another guy that had the same thing, another rarity. Like I'm not sure exactly, but same type of surgery he had. Correct me if I'm wrong, Freebird, but he was able to. He said just like Freebird, you're able to talk. You're just kind of like whispering now. You know what I mean? You have to learn a new way of talking, and so therefore, he's an alien. He's a weird. He's one of the rare ones. James in the chat, Otter Creek in the chat. What's up? Check. Well, that's Jill, Tiny Homes. I forgot to put the link in the darn video. But as soon as we get a mod in here, I'll have them throw the link up to the GoFundMe as well as the to your channel. You actually can just click on the Otter Creek, I believe, not to go to his channel. He was pumped. He texted me earlier today. He did a video breaking into Tubetown, so you guys have to go watch it. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I watched a couple of the shorts, but they was like, man, it's one of his best videos yet. So be sure to give him a follow. Okay, so he had a partial voice box. Freebird don't have none. They just swipe that right on out, and he's like, watch this. Talking to the doctors. So basically, Freebird was almost talking just as good as this guy he's had it for a while now, and he still has partial of his voice box, and they're sitting there talking to each other. You know what I mean? So that's pretty freaking cool. Awesome, you saw that video. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you guys had to go watch it. James, he's a goofball. So I'm not. Like I said, I seen one of the what was it, a short at the golf course, hiding the flag, I think. There was he had quite a few shorts. But yeah, go check it out. Go check out some of the videos he was doing. And just so everybody knows, why is he allowed to do that? It's because his wife owns the property. Like him and his wife, are good friends of mine, and they actually own that property. I just lease it, so they can go on it whatever time. He can go on there anytime he wants and hang out and goof off. And obviously, I was at Tubetown, the original. When I was there, I was allowed. He's allowed to come in there with me, but obviously, as people know, there's, you can't just go into either one. It's just the fact that if I'm there at Tubetown 2.0, I have the liberty of having you come onto the property, do pictures, and play some games. At Tubetown, the original, certain people, not just fans that show up, unfortunately, but we still play games from the fence line, which we had two more. Who was on the live? I did get it, Woodstock. Who was on the live? We had two more people show up when I was on the live at the memorial for the memorial. It never was. So literally, like this week, there's been like 10 to 15 people come to Tubetown. If you count Kevin and his family, easy 10 people. Easy 15 if you count Kevin the cook and his family. So, Jaylee. Oh, jail. Jaylee. I see. That's where it's all confusing. I think that's where I'm saying it wrong, James. And what it stands, it's for James and Lois. If I'm not mistaken, right? What's up, Polaris man? Awesome. It was a good video. Love positive. That's right. That's what it's about. What a blessing for Freebird. Oh, for sure. No doubt about it. We only had, a couple hours last night at the fire, just sitting there laughing. Him and those Nas. He loves that Nas energy drink. I saw, I can't think of his name. Owner T-Tac. Calls it Papa Tito. He's talking about a story when he rolled up he was 15, and when he first met you, he's 41 now. He was 15 when he met Freebird. He went up to the tire shop, and I don't know if it was like a small Mazda truck or something, a flat tire. And when he's supposed to be driving, I don't think. But Tito ended up fixing for him, and he didn't have much money. And Tito said, aka Freebird, was like, don't worry about it. And again, that just shows you how good of a person he is. What's up? Good afternoon, Sarasota Beach Bum. How's it down there? I bet you're pretty warm down there right now. Good morning, Donna. What do we got? Got a 94 in the chat. Got a 90. We'll get about the 100. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get at least try to get 150 likes in this live. Don't forget today at I'm not sure if I'll be on right at 3, but because we have to go to the vet and stuff. But he starts his live at 3, but Shizzy's doing a live with the expert. I'll be on there. Starts at 3, so be sure to put the notification on for that. Gosh, so I know this is gonna happen. I mean, it's just one of those random things. We've been trying to get together to hang out and do a live for a while. I mean, an expert been trying for like almost half a year probably. But so, and then I freaking forgot the last one on the Friday night live. I missed out on that one. But here in Germany, we must be jealous of your outfit. It's winter here. Oh yeah, probably Ditmar. You're right, Sharon. Absolutely. Freebird doesn't have a channel yet. He's gonna start working on it. We were talking about last night. So we will definitely post it. We'll keep you in the loop, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna there's gonna be a couple things. So just stay tuned. Back at you, Michelle. We hope you have a great day as well. It is a nice day, man. It is freaking sweet day. And I don't know. I don't know what I should say right now or shouldn't say. But it's positive. It's definitely positive. Sarasota says it's 80 down there. Nice. It's probably in the mid 70s here, I'm guessing. Yep, like I said, we'll let everybody know. We'll keep you informed. Well, I think it'd be a good channel for inspiration for other people that in the situation. You know what I mean? Because it's inspiring. And just like I always said, just like this, you never know what can happen. And he didn't know. Next thing you know, boom. Stop by Marblehead, Ohio. Yeah, well, it'll be next summer. I'll go back to Ohio for sure. Hudson sisters are doing okay. I see them quite often, actually. I seen Joyce the other day. Joyce stopped by. She actually stopped by the memorial for the memorial whenever Gina and Flippin were down there working on it. And I was down there. So they are doing well. Thank you for asking. It's funny because, well, she was saying, she was saying some stuff. I'm not gonna repeat it, but and just talking about I was mentioning about YouTube and stuff, and I was like, well, you're Planet Famous as well, and she just kind of smiled and shook her head. I like that one. Andrea says, good things happen to those who look for it. Joy is a choice. Absolutely. And so is being upset, and so is being like, bitter. That's a choice. You don't have to be that way. You don't have to be that. Now again, none of us are perfect, and boy, I get PO'd at times. There's no doubt about it. I act immature and freaking, it's just part of freaking being a human being, I guess. But then you look back like, oh, he was a bozo on that one. Like, so I can't wait for Tubetown 3. So I need to start a fundraiser for the cutouts. I keep talking about it, but I want to get the cutouts. What would be really cool? To get like oversized. LRG says, Julia is my superstar. She is. To get like for those 2 pine trees right there, what if I got them that they were like 10 or 12 feet tall cutouts, like that big. One big giant one of Jeremy, one big giant one of me. Jessica's in the chat. What's up, Jess? Mayor Dan's in the chat. What's up, Mayor Dan? Good to see you guys. Whoop whoop. But that's, I wonder who can make a cutout that big. And we can get the bigger cutouts, but you know, like I said, that's going to be at least like $250 to do that. Load this space. $250 to do that, and I really don't have the money to spend on it. So I will do like a fundraiser, like a GoFundMe for it. Oh, there's Jeremy's in the chat now. Hail's low. What the hell's hey? So, dude, what do you think? What if we do like extremely large cutouts of me and you on the 2 pine trees there, right? And then we have the puppet holes right between, but like 10 or 12 foot tall. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think? Excuse me. I'm just congested. How'd you get with flipping and find out? Cause she's the one that had the other people do it. Well, you know, you could always just I could always just have it made on a banner, not actually on a cutout. Oh, and Jeremy, so you know what I'm talking about here. I haven't said anything to nobody. I talked about it, but guess what? Yep. So, pretty excited. Still got to do logistics and paperwork and all that stuff, but yeah, I'll talk to you later about it. I'm super pumped. Cutouts will be awesome. Oh yeah, no, like I said, for sure they're coming. The regular size ones are coming for sure. My thought was just like get some just big ones. Why not? Go big or go home, right? Kathy says she's lurking. She is lurking. Get out. Sorry, yes, absolutely, Mayor Dan. Everybody sending their prayers and condolences to Mayor Dan. Actually, my apologies. I remember Jeremy did mention something about that. So hopefully you can get some smiles here, brother man, and know that you got another angel in the sky looking down on you and just being dad. Watch out, Chowski. I know, I'm still it. Well, don't worry. Well, I told Jeremy, like I texted him. I did some research on that helmet. That helmet alone, and that's probably maybe retail, maybe under retail, like over $6,000. That helmet and those optics on it, like. But we're gonna do extreme tactical tag. I think we're gonna start a truce. All right, Jeremy. We both have to jack it up. We're both gonna have to put on all the tactical gear. Maybe you can have one optic and I can have one optic. Well, I'll take the thermal and you can have the night vision. And then we'll use that other helmet with the thing and we'll hook up night that way. You can have one of the cool little things and I can have one of the cool things. We'll play nighttime tag. But seriously, tactical tag on e-bikes at the ranch. And then we'll have the whole gang, because there's quite a few e-bikes there. We'll have Joey, I know Gina's in, I'm sure Flippin' will be in, I'm sure George will be in. I'm not sure though. I don't want to speak for nobody. But yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe we'll have Freebird come do some videoing, right? Who is? I don't know, Roger. I don't know who's rotating off. Andre says they'd love to see it. Oh, it's gonna be on. I think I missed. Okay. Yep. I am. I'm one though, Jeremy. I am nervous about it. To be honest with you, that is a. It's like. And one thing I got to do though, I'll put that thing up for sale. Right there. So. I'm going to document it all too. Once it's. I didn't document. I talked about it yesterday in my live about documenting and opening up the email, but I didn't. That was more so for me and the talent, I guess, to do. And so, But maybe once we get a little bit deeper into the process, I'm gonna start doing that. Exactly. For sure. Everybody, Mary Dan definitely appreciates it, as you see. What do we got? 132 people. Wow, that's a little bit bigger than normal on a Saturday. We're usually about 80, maybe 100. But we have jumped up about. The subscribers have climbed a little bit. Obviously, with the this incident yesterday, and as I mentioned before, for any of the drama llamas out there or anybody who wants to say whatever they want to say, you know, I was told that, and that I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that what my guest of Two Town said, you know, was in fact true. It wasn't them just making things up, kind of like the whole situation before. It wasn't even though the way that situation all panned out, it wasn't made up. It was truth. And so, yeah, I just wanted to put the proof in the pudding on that. But again, I just had the craziest like why. And somebody mentioned in my comments, why did they start a conversation with her? I'm not necessarily sure if they did or not. I don't know exactly. I know they were driving by and they started slowing down. But if I'm not mistaken, when I was speaking with them, they had mentioned that she had said to them they're the reason why, or that's the reason why that their child can't come outside and play in the street or something to that effect. And I'm like, well, again, that don't make no sense. Let your child play in the street there where literally you have big trucks going on up and down the road all the time. But two, like, you put that fence up to stay behind it, so you wouldn't have to worry about my viewers coming there. Whatever. So that's why that was kind of brought back up and brought back into the picture. It wasn't because I was like, but just had to put the, what do you call it? Put the, I don't know, something. Children's. Well, you know, I mean, I could disagree with that because of the fact of, like, if you go to some, you know, neighborhoods and stuff, you know, and you find like cul-de-sacs down there, and you got all the kids, you know, they'll have their ramps and their BMX bikes and RC cars sitting in a cul-de-sac, and they're technically playing in the street. I feel as if that's safe. That particular street there, no. One, I would wonder why. I mean, why? I mean, I would wonder why. Just because, why would you want to even be out there? You have a lot bigger of a yard to play in than the street. I'll be coming down in April. I hope we can meet you and we can see you down. For sure, David. Email me. Try and keep in touch with me. You might email me repetitively, but definitely keep in touch a little bit. You know, definitely as it gets closer, because and usually like the week before and then the day before, and sometimes maybe the day of. No, but yeah, like when Meg and I'll tell you what, is Meg and Chuck in the chat? Meg and Chuck, are you in the chat? Put a 555555555. Or if you're watching the replay, do me a favor, email me if you're watching this, or if you're watching the replay. But she was like super excited. She's like, she didn't realize that that was going to be there. You know, they drove over just to go see it. I wish she'd have been there like literally like 3 minutes sooner. She would have heard Jeremy drive by yelling, "Two Town, baby!" Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know. So again, I'm not saying, you know, it would literally all be circumstantial. You know, there's a lot more nowadays. There's a lot more distracted driving. You know, obviously people driving back then weren't on their cell phones and checking, you know, emails and so forth and so on. So therefore, it is different, I would say, back then than it is now. But at the same time, depending on the streets that you live on, I really sincerely believe that you know, even kids with basketball, they, you know, playing basketball. You know, you can't. I mean, you can, because I got neighbors right down there. We don't have a street, but they play on the dirt. They have a dirt area. But at the same time, you know what I mean. You play out there to basketball, and then the car comes. You get out the road, and you go back to playing. But you know, you're a little bit older too. You know, you're 10, 11, 12 years old. You're not. I think that little girl, she's younger. So you know, without adult supervision, it would be definitely not wise in my opinion. But who am I? I'm not them. So. How did she see them there? Well, they probably heard them. They probably heard them out there talking. Chuck, he's a loud guy. I think he does voice stuff. He does broadcasting or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So he has a very deep, like projecting voice. So therefore, they might have heard him out there. But I mean, okay, so it's just like hearing your neighbors is no big deal. People ain't out there bothering you. And yeah, and they have the cameras too. That's what made me wonder, like, why would you come out there and film? Why don't you just like record from your camera? The camera's literally right there, right beside her. So that was I didn't understand that, but whatever. Nancy, the camera too, yeah. Did I miss something? Well, child, she should thank you for keeping the child out of the street. Right? No, I mean, that's all. That's their business. That's not my business. They try to make me part of their business, but that's none of my business. That's for them and everybody else to watch and deal with. It's really, I mean, it's Jeremy's story. That's, I mean, it's my story as far as like what I show, but as far as all the stuff that goes on, like I don't got time, especially now with after opening an email. Oh man, takes a lot of energy to be miserable for sure. Intimidation on their part. I don't know. I really don't know what their plan was or what the plan was. I mean, whatever. Well, it's the same thing with and maybe I'll go back and pull that footage with the dude driving by filming me. I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But isn't that like what they keep saying that I'm doing to them? Like, I know. Stop it, Arthur. You just tease me. I wonder what happened to Twist. Was it Twister? Twisted? He was in a dirt bikes. He was a viewer for a while, but then gone. It's crazy how you get some of you. I mean, it's just wild how YouTube works. Then you get some people who used to be big supporters who aren't supporters at all anymore because of the fact of all the situations that's going on. They all guilty by association, I guess. But it's all good. You don't want those supporters anyway. Tammy says, hello, lurker, checking in. Appreciate it. Playing in the street was all part of growing up. The difference is that a bunch of kids would play in the street. Yeah, for sure. Well, if she wants to, I mean, they're grown-ups. They can go out there and bring her on the street. Well, I mean, for example, when they're walking up and down the road filming all the cameras at Toontown, she could be out there then riding her bike or whatever, right? I mean, can't y'all do that? Don't you walk down and film all the cameras at the memorial? I'll give you like 100 feet to walk and play in the road. I mean, I don't care. Don't bother me. And like I've always done in the past, I have no interest filming that little child. I take the camera away. So good morning, Mercedes Benz. I want to send John on the radio so I can see you dance in the street, LRG says. They don't do that no more. What up? You need to add more to the memorial that never was, like some Robins. I from what I understand, there is going to be more stuff, and I remember Jeremy mentioned in one of his videos that there's other stuff being sent. I'm sure it's going to grow. It's going to become more. It's going to be another fun thing to have there, and another thing that people are going to be like, kind of like I've always said before, like a Route 66 type deal where it's like, people are like, what is that? Like Cadillac Ranch, like all those Cadillacs just buried in the dirt, or, the big giant, whatever, pink dinosaur inside of Route 66 in Wayward, Kentucky. And I made all that up, so I don't really know if that's true or not, but you know what I mean? Like some of that stuff. And then you got, Tube Town on 24 on your way to Cedar Key, like. And that's the cool thing about it. Cedar Key has people from all over the world coming to it all day long, all over the planet. And so, like, not only is it get like more exposure from YouTube, it gets people don't know. It's like, what is this? And shout out to Clark Guitar Products, so they can pull right on in. They can click that QR code on the sign there, and they'll be linked right into what's going on. I think they wanted to become unicorns to know what flavors, smells, and colors you and this. I love all the fun going into it all. Yeah, exactly. It is fun. That's what it's all fun. It's all about having fun. I've always said this all my life. If you're not having fun, it's like work. And who wants to work? Like, I don't want to work. But, I work hard and I bust my butt on a lot of things, but I'm having fun doing it. Like, I refuse to do stuff I don't like. And when I have to do stuff I don't like, it's like, okay, well, I got to do it, but I'm trying to make it fun. Trying to make the best of it. Sarcasm is sending something, I believe, that someone else is also another item. It was a joke. Travis making fun of the ribbon they had there one time. Oh, well, what about? Okay, that's fine. What are we? 160? Wow, it's a little bit bigger than normal. What about the? Well, I'm sure all the drama llamas have seen it. I don't know that they can't pass the message to whoever takes care of the memorial, but the plan, I guess, or the ribbon plan or whatever, it's just laying on the ground. It's been laying on the ground there for a week. So I'm not sure, like I mentioned in my video, me genuinely, I would want to pick it up, but it's not my property. God forbid the drama llamas would eat all that up and they'd probably try to say this or that, and but don't forget 3 o'clock. I'm jumping on with Shizzy and the expert on Shizzy's channel, I think. Yeah, because he's the one that texted me the link. Mama with the first $5 super chat. Be kind, it's infectious. Right on, Mama. How come it says 524? That's weird. You send a $5 super chat, and then up there it says $5.24. That's the only super chat I've had this whole live. So how are they giving me 24 more cents? I don't know how that works. That's weird. Route 66, Chicago to LA, Inspector Guy says. Something to bark about. What's up? Well, heck, I just got 24 extra cents. I don't know how it works. Like if, like once it says it there, but if that's with their money out exchange. Where are you from, Mama? It has a dollar sign, so I thought it was the U.S. Because they love you like we do, Travis. Right on. I appreciate that. Something to bark about with a $1.99 super chat. Sick. Have a great day. You do too. Jays, I'll have to go over to your channel and watch videos sooner or later. Oh, there's our rooster, buddy. I guess him and Orange aren't getting along right now because he hasn't been here for 2 days. That was funny. I have my favorite says, like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing something nice for the property owner, spruce up a portion of their land. It's just a group of people coming together and doing something nice. Absolutely. Well, again, it literally is. It's more so of a parody, I guess. Is that what you would call it? It's no disrespect to Frankie or the family or the Osteen family or anything like that. It's more so a spoof of all the drama llamas. That's what it has to do with, and it's right there on the property that Tubetown's on, or next to it. You know what I mean? So it actually works out pretty good. But as I've always said, it has nothing to do, just like I want nothing to do with like bothering the people across the street. It has nothing to do with that. Ooh, excited to see you at 3 on Shizzy's. T42 says with $5 super chat. Man, super chatting it up. We got $12.23 already. Bam! 147 likes. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Get the 150 likes. Have 149 people in there. But what's the status? What's the status? The status is, oops, scroll up. We have 148 current viewers, chat rate of 8 with 418 views so far. 8 minutes and 54 seconds is the chat duration, and $12.23 in some chats. Right? Why is old owl tree? Well, Levi came by the other day. He went inside and played. So that's a cool thing about 2.0. And again, if you haven't seen it, do I have any mods in here? Can you click the Otter Creekins? How do you do that? I wonder how to do that. Like click the so James put some videos up from Tubetown 2.0 and the original, and some shorts. So you have to go check out the J-Lee title Tiny Homes, right, James? Did I say it right? I could swear it says it's jail. He used to be James and Lois Adventures. He started he's been on YouTube a long time, but he he's been the Otter Creek since what like a long time. He's been called that on there. Um, the ticks have been so ugly to you and Juliet. You and Juliet. Yeah, you know, whatever. Like I mentioned before, I've had haters all my life in the occupation, the entertainment business, because I've been in it pretty much all my life, and like it's nothing new to me. Do you think because you're not swingers reject? I don't understand rejection from who. But like I'm just used to freaking haters, and I can only imagine what's about to pop off, and you know what's going to transpire out of this. Can't wait. Yeah, right. Excuse me. Jules checking back in. Good morning, Joanne. Because they're not looping. Oh, because of the people who live in the villages or whatever. Yeah. I'm just blown away by it all. I don't really know that everything that goes on. You just see here and there, and it's just like, for me, it's just overstimulating. I guess, like, man, I couldn't handle it all. It's just too much for my brain. What are the plans for the rest of the day? We gotta take Orangey to the vet to get him weighed for his. He just rolled up. He's around here somewhere. They get him weighed. Gonna be on Shizzy's live at 3, and then I'll be watching qualifying Supercross on the way to the vet, and then at 4:30 I believe Supercross starts. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. Maybe the river and Supercross by the end of the day. Iowa 73 says, please tell Julia hello for me. Will do. I pray for whatever you're trying to do. Works out, Travis. You deserve it. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm excited. Like I mentioned before, I'm just kind of it. I want to be careful what I talk about right now about it, and until I get a lot of other things kind of in place, just because of the fact of one, it's not that jinx. I just want to, I want to document it, take it all in, and like see where this trip's about to go. Cause it's gonna be a wild ride for sure. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Something to bark about, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure who. I'm sure there's probably quite a bit of people getting, popped over there because you can get a DUI in those golf carts. You know what I mean? Who do you think lives? Surprise villain. Call out live tonight. I have no idea. I don't know what that even means. I know that there is that chick, that one there by Leslie or whatever, that there's something like she was working with Jeremy, working with Lisa, and then working with Jeremy, now working back with Lisa, or something to that effect. I was reading Jeremy's post today. Like I said, like I mentioned to everybody, like I don't pride Jeremy for this stuff. I'll see it as you guys see whatever I see. If I see it, and if I don't, then it is what it is. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, but so I don't really know that whole situation. Heather says, T42, this old brain of mine hardly keep up with the time change. I know. For sure. We'll be 151 people in there just chilling, 171 likes. Oh yeah, we'll definitely get to So 200 likes for this live for sure. It's steady climbing. Don't forget to bookmark the Shizzy show later on. Have no idea. Like we'll probably just gonna be hanging out. Gosh only knows what we'll talk about. We're just gonna be all just bounce off each other. Like Shizzy said, he mentioned my text like expert might squirrel out, and I'm thinking to myself, well, sucks to be you because it's probably gonna be both of us squirreling out, and it's gonna be you having to hold us together. It's gonna be like the inside of a pinball machine with all the balls going at once. Funny. Greetings from Ireland. What's up, Ireland? Common sense. She's telling everyone someone dogs are felon implying it's some. Oh, I don't know. Philip with a $10 New Zealand super chat. Hi from New Zealand. What's up, Philip? You know, like I said, boy, that's where it's like, you know, people have passed. That's just part of history. You know what I mean? It's the fact of if you're living, if it's still like, you know, happening, I guess would be the situation I would say, or if it's still like in the system and you're going through whatever the process of being done or finalized or whatever you got to do. I don't know, but that's where I'd say, okay, well, that's a little bit more current than if somebody was a felon in the past. Even for example, like with the one dude, everybody kept wanting to call my cousin, the guy Wes. You know, I had no idea about the dude's past until the people on the internet found out about it, started talking about it. But just as he said, you know what I mean? And I'm not sticking up to the guy because the guy, you know, kind of swirled out himself. But, you know, he done did his time and made himself a better life and moving forward. I mean, that's okay to do that. So. I demand video proof. That's what they're saying? Jeez. They gotta have something to talk about. Like that's what it is. That's all it is. And I was talking to some of the viewers yesterday that stopped by. They were from somewhere, maybe an hour or so away. They come by and take a picture for Megan. They sent it to Megan. But like literally, and we've said this multiple times before, the majority of the views that people are getting, those haters or the llamas are getting, are the supporters of the What the Hell's Nation that are watching it just to see what you're saying, just to, you know, again, because they support the channels. And I get the emails, Jeremy gets the emails, you know, it's, I'm sure Tug and Megan get emails. It's like, if they would literally would, if all the supporters would stop watching them, those channels, in my opinion, would just pretty much, you know, tank. But then they'll bring up something like if that's what they're saying now. That way, they'll get more of the What the Hell's Nation supporters go there and watch and see what they're saying, see what other kind of, you know, stuff they're coming up with or lying about. Because I like, and that's why I did that yesterday, because I didn't want my guest of Tubetown, being Meg and Chuck, because later on it would have been just that they were lying. She didn't do that, blah, 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 blah. You know that's what would have happened. That's why I wanted to show it, because it all happened live. You know, they come to Tubetown, I'm on a live, they went down there. That all happened while I was on the live, obviously. Then they come back. I was muted, obviously, if you were on the live. I muted so our conversation was private with the guest. But, you know, and they told me that, and then I brought it up to the live about what had happened. And then therefore that's what provoked me to go ahead and show that, so that people will be like, okay, well, what do they call it? The receipts? There's my receipt for that, I guess. You know. But what's up, Rick? Good to see you, my man. Just keep living your best life. You are appreciated with your channel. I appreciate that. I do. Man. Like. I have to reply today, and man, oh man, you guys just wait. Thank you for showing. Oh, for sure. That's I felt as if I needed to, just that way, it would be, and I just show clips, you know, but that way it could be justified in the sense of, well, that was true. There was no lying there, so therefore, anybody that wants to start blah 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 word vomiting, they can you know, regurgitate it because it's not true. Well, like absolutely. And so, and everybody keep that in mind. And maybe that's why some people don't stop because they don't want their license tags to be docked or whatever ran or you know what I mean. Like, I still just wonder like why did she come out there to film? To intentionally get your license plate, and if that was the case, why didn't you just go to your cameras? You can twist the truth like they do, but it's all taught because there's no proof. Well, pretty much, you're right. World needs loves and smiles instead of drama. That's right. I would agree with that, Mama. It did look a little creepy. Like I mentioned yesterday's live. If you guys ever saw there's like a lot of old scary movies probably where next thing you know people are walking and talking, next thing you know there's like a ghost in the background standing there, just like standing there like in 3 Men and a Baby, that kid that was standing in the background in the curtain. Like that, you know, it was kind of like a little like, whoa. But Caroline B, it actually is. Hey, could you do me a favor and toss up, I need the jail tiny home link and then Freebird's link. Freebird's earlier, we were talking about him. But it's the Otter Creaking in the chat. It's that channel. Me too, T42. Well, I pray more so for Jeremy, so, you know, because it's so much fun, like, again, the storage hunting, the treasure hunting, the storage units, that's so much more fun than doing the court stuff. Even for him, I promise you. You know, a lot of people probably are like, this and all that, but trust, we have much more fun. Do you know how much stuff is there at the schoolhouse to do and to go through and to make treasure? I mean, we can just treasure hunt there for right now. With all he has so much stuff right now and he's really turning. You know, he's turning and burning, and so and that's why I would highly recommend. If you know anything about anything, go. I mean, that's where for them you have to wait till their auction before it comes up. But I'm telling you right now, there's people who have majorly scored out of their auctions because of the fact of they don't have time to research this stuff. They just put them up like some of these baseball cards, you know. And one single proper baseball card can set you up for life, you know. Well, I mean, somebody like me, like just a redneck from the woods, is happy in a glorified tent. I'm just kidding, but seriously, there's cards out there. Even like, imagine you got like a $50,000. Like, imagine how much $50,000 could help like us, you know, or I'm sure the majority of you, like just that, heck, $10,000. Hell, who am I kidding? $1,000, but still, like, you know, if you got it for 10, 15 bucks and you made $1,000 off it, that's a pretty good turnaround. A lot of different collectibles they have on it. Cause I'm at the schoolhouse a lot, you know, and they have, like I said, they have the ultimate system there. And like I go through and look to see if they're auctioning off because it's like, oh, well, maybe I'll call dibs on this, you know, just because of the fact of there's some cool stuff. Now, the tactical stuff, I have a buddy of mine. He's a fire chief and he has special forces, and his friends will probably try to find some people that would buy that, pay for that stuff what it's worth, because there's definitely some more. You know, you don't want to put let's just say right now used a $5,000 tactical helmet up, starting off at $1. You know, probably somebody be willing to give, you know, maybe $1,000 for it with the optics and everything, versus it going for, you know, a couple $100. Just because it's more of a specialty type item. But then again, you got a WWF. Who was it? One of the WWF superstars. Like he had the wrestling belt, the real wrestling belt that they win in the WWF, and like. I'm not sure they auctioned that off yet or not. It had a certificate of authenticity, like it was a legit thing, and like that's probably worth way more. Who knows? Okay, yeah, there it is. There's Freebird's GoFundMe. If you guys want to check a little bit about that out, but man, just an inspiration. We will keep you posted on his channel, and let you know. And the Carolyn B, it's JALE Tiny Adventures, I believe. Is I wish he's on here. He must have jumped off. James, are you still on here? He was in there earlier. In the beginning of the chat, it was Otter Creek. Palmer's Archer Home said, "Hey Travis, I want to see some prep walks." This has got to stop. Why is she packing? Like I don't. Again, it's Florida. You know, maybe they're trying to. Like I said, I'm all. I don't. It could be a fanny pack. I mean, I'm not saying it was or wasn't. And if she has one, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. The guy walks around with one on. I have one on. Like, in my opinion, the more, law-abiding citizens that carry firearms, the better this society would be. Crooks would be less likely to do stuff if they knew, like, well, there's a lot of law-abiding citizens with firearms around. So, that's their right. Like, I'm all for it. I have no problems about it. Okay, there it is. The Otter Creek. Everybody go click that link and go subscribe to James. He just did a couple videos there. You can see he broke into Tubetown 2.0. He goofed off there, made some stuff there, did some stuff there. So go click that and go check out that video later on. Yeah, a lot carrying for him. And that was good. Like I said, it doesn't bother me at all. They carry firearms. Like I said, I wish everybody would carry firearms. Now, would that be the case if the guy West would have come down and they would have went through with all that situation that went on? I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be no firearms on the property if that was the case. But unfortunately, that turned out the way it turned out, and that was God's plan. It is what it is. Thank you. I knew but couldn't. Oh, it's all good. It's all good, Carolyn. We'll never. Yes, it's jail. Yep. I just appreciate everything that you do for us. Where are we at? 160 current viewers. Chat rate is 7. 542 views with duration 11 minutes and 23 seconds. 11 minutes and 41 seconds. It just changed. And we have $17.97 super chats. Oh, we're almost over. We only got 9 minutes left. Wow, it went by fast. I worry for you and the hills. Well, we appreciate the concern. We're very protected. We're all good. Thank you so much. Actually, probably I need text. I was gonna call Jeremy just to fill him in, but I mentioned something to Flippin yesterday about doing some target shooting tomorrow out at the ranch. Go burn through some of the ammo. Actually, just go get comfortable firing the guns. More comfortable. Like I said the other day, Julia, man, she was pinging them, boy. Bing, 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 bing. Thanks for all you do. Looks like a beautiful day. Some beach says. Some beach somewhere. $2 super chat. I appreciate that. We were at almost $19.97. Almost put it $20. Hey, so you know what could be fun though? I have to mention this, Jeremy. Remember the extra plates that were in there? How he found extra body armor plates? I mean, it might take away the value of them. I don't know, but at the same time, it could be fun to do it. Just to shoot the plates. Because that's what we shoot at the ranch or at the track. It's like the thing's meant for shooting. Bing, bing. So that puts us up a lot. Yeah. So I'm not sure if it'd be the mayor or Willis. It might be both. Who knows? Yeah, I agree, Palmer's. I'm not a what is psychic. I can't speak for them people and their any of it. I just keep I keep building Tubetown, having fun with the guests. Like I said, I proved it again. At least 10 people come to Tubetown this week alone. Like the guest book is almost it's over a quarter of the way full. It's almost not quite halfway, but getting closer to halfway full. I had to double check. Debbie just hit me up the other day asking about them. I think I have one more empty one, but I'm not sure. And then that'd be guest book number 4 going out or number 5. I forget. Tubetown started because John C. Screen. No, actually, that is something to bark about. Tubetown, actually, if you've been with me long enough, let me go back and read, but what did Flawn say? I didn't miss it. I'll say it again. I'm not sure where it went to, but it started. I wanted to buy where the trading post is at. I wanted to have a place where the community could come, viewers could come, content creators could come, and be a place that was known from YouTube. People could come and create content, and yep, exactly. LRG knows. And then, obviously I didn't have the funds. I couldn't do nothing like that. But that was just my dream. It was called 2-Inch Pipe Dream was a video. It was called 2-Inch Pipe Dream, I believe. But yes, there was that situation in court where John had said that, and it's funny because, what their intentions of it was versus my intention of what it was probably were two completely different things, because the fact of my intentions are what it exactly does right now. It brings people to come to a place that's bizarre, wild, and like yesterday's viewer, just one lady viewed, the other lady was a friend, and just didn't really know much about it. You know what I mean? And so there's so many times people come there with their friends, and I talk to them, and I'm just like, so you don't know anything about this stuff, do you? And they're like, no, not really. And I'm like, just welcome to the circus. You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny because, and we've had a viewer show up where one person in the car didn't like me, and one person in the car did like me. So, but that's where it all started. I wanted a place where, because people would come to the ranch, they'd come to the schoolhouse and stop and take pictures and stuff like that. And you have to remember, the ranch is home for Jeremy, and the schoolhouse is a job. So therefore, if you come up, pull up, you're more than welcome to pull up in the driveway to the schoolhouse and take some pictures. That happens almost daily. People pull up and take pictures, But you don't expect anybody to come out to the gate to say hello or anything, because if that was the case, and that's kind of the reason why I have Tubetown. Like if I'm there, if Jeremy's there, if George's there, any of the whole crew is there at Tubetown, Tubetown 2.0, you are more than welcome. Stop by, talk. We're there. It's it's the place to be able to do that. Like I said, as far as the schoolhouse, or like sitting in front of the ranch waiting for them to come out, that stuff is not acceptable in a sense. But you have the memorial. For the memorial, you have Tubetown. You have Tubetown 2.0, and you have the trading post, and you have Herschel's. You have 5 different spots. There's a possibility that you could run into anybody from this bizarre true life of Otter Creek and the people that live there. 200 likes we got there, 204 likes, $19.97 super chats. Appreciate you guys subscribing to Jail Tiny Homes. Go watch this video. Just did a video with breaking into Tubetown, and I hope you have fun. But yeah, we are winding it up. We got about 2.5 minutes left. So our stats are 156 current viewers, chat rate of 4, 585 views so far with a 12-minute, 22-second chat duration, and $19.97 in super chats. One thing about it is like, never mind. But yeah, just so if you were on the live yesterday, if it was not for you, there would be no Tubetown 2.0. You did a great job. I appreciate it. Well, if it wasn't for Lois and allowing me to lease the property from her, and on top of that ultimately, that's where I'm at most of the time. So if anything, the neighbors should be happy because I'm not down there across the street filming, right? But again, it's the whole street. It's the bizarreness of the town that's known famous from YouTube, and not only Jeremy Hills that started it. Like there's so many YouTube channels out there that talk about it. And it's just Google Otter Creek, Florida, and you'll just see all kinds of YouTube videos. So, but yeah, I want to say thank you all. What's Flonda? Flonda is one of the person. The original Tubetown was created to harass, in my opinion, and many of those the surrounding. Well, that's fine, Flonda. But when are you going to prove it? Because I see you in the comments. Again, I don't block you. You're more than welcome to feel the way you feel. If I was there to harass them, how did I harass them? Because if I'm not mistaken, I was there building my stuff, and they started basically harassing me by playing the music, right, Flonda? So I believe you are wrong, because you or any of the other channels, people, ecosystem, whatever you guys want to call it, I appreciate you at least having enough courage to get in here and talk in the chat. At least you got a little bit more courage than, the majority of the other ones. I mean, at least in a live chat, for example, like obviously the comments are, the comments, but I've always said you're entitled to have your opinion, and the surrounding communities. Like, didn't you say, don't you live around here? Didn't you say, aren't you the one who said that your hometown's watching? And I'm the one who responded, said, no, the whole planet's watching, actually. Right, Flonda? Do you live here in Trenton? All right, we'll see you, Woodstock. All right, well, I'm not sure. Let me see where I'm at in this, see if I can get that part. Oh, I missed a super chat. Hold on. Linda, thanks for chatting at the beach at the bench. Oh, Linda, that was Linda at the bench yesterday. Linda. Linda and her friend. I don't know. But Flaw is flawing one of those dramas, but that's my opinion. Hopefully, Court Ohio will be over soon. I'm not an ecosystem. Well, that's fine. I don't know who you are. Like, you're a human being, and I love you for who you are. You're entitled to your opinions. You can, you can say whatever you want to say. You're fine. You're respectful of my chat. I'm respectful to you. I have no problems with you. But Linda, thank you for. Linda was at the bench yesterday. Everybody just sent a super chat, and her friend's the one that came with her. So thanks. I wish I could have did more. I was on the live at the time, to be honest with you. Something to bark about with a $4.99 super chat. Make it to 20. Oh, nice. Oh, we were at 30. Oh, at 39 now. Ninja Puppy. Let's bump it up a bit with $4.99. Nice job, you guys. You guys are awesome. Watch out. Oh, you live in Cedar Key. Okay. Well, maybe you'll see her out. If you want to stop and chat with me, and as a human being, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to genuinely, have a conversation with you, and you're more than happy to speak your opinion, and I can genuinely speak my opinion just like I do here all the time. And it's fine. It's all good. Stop by and see me sometime. You know what I mean? I won't film you. Like I said, I asked everybody if they want to be filmed or not. So I have no interest. If I would like to interview you. Okay. All right. So we will do that on my channel. How's that sound? What do you think? I appreciate you, Ninja Puppy. Got $4.99. It would be nice to sit in Tug's hand so I can have the whole planet. Yeah. So don't forget about the. I gotta get going, honestly. But don't forget about the Shizzy Live at 3. I'll be on there. Me, Shizzy, and the expert, or I should say Shizzy, the expert, myself. But yeah, jump over there. Flonda, you're more than welcome to come over there and talk. I'm sure that they won't have a problem. You've been totally respectful here. I always try to respond to your comments. And if there are comments I haven't responded to in the past, it's because I've never seen them. I don't have unresponded comments in my thing anymore. And honestly, I barely ever go to the YouTube analytics on the computer. But yeah, I want to say, man, thank you all for hanging out, man. You guys did awesome with super chats, man. $39.95. That's kick butt. There's the GoFundMe for Freebird. You guys want to give him a hand? That's awesome. If not, just remember he's an alien. He got his entire voice box taken out, and he's still able to talk. That's my man. But for sure, Flonda, I appreciate you talking in the chat. Mayor Dan, once again, you guys should come down. Mayor Dan, you absolutely should come down. I got my RV. And so you guys, you and the wife can have a place to stay. But yeah, and again, send condolences to Mayor Dan and all that stuff. And so with that said, everybody, gotta start waving bye. See you later, alligator. Out to wild crocodile. Peace out, Girl Scout. Later, skater. Oh, look at my precious kitty Milo. Look at her, Milo. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh. All right, everybody. Till next time. Deuces. Oh, Flonda, email me. Let me see. See, I'm pretty, yeah, it does. Let me make sure again. Even though it's off here, it's still not off. Later, skater. Oh, look at my precious kitty Milo. Look at her, Milo. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh. That's all right. You matter to me. All right, everybody. If you weren't here, I would be here. Deuces. Oh, Flonda, email me.